Oh, hey. Thank you, James. So, good morning, you guys. Hello. It's Tuesday, the 4th of June, and I'm here this morning with my brother from the same mother, the Divine Mother, right?
That's right.
The Divine Mother, and James McEwan. And we got a kind of a giggle about that because I'm a McEwan and he's a McEwan. So we have some Scottish lineage, don't we?
Mm.
For sure. We don't look Scots, so do we? maybe he does.
Only when you throw on the kilt, right?
Yeah. Gosh, have you ever worn a kilt?
I actually haven't. Have you?
Yes. Yeah. I was fortunate enough as a kid there was this one year my dad sent me to boarding school.
Yeah.
That's what they do with kids that you have no friggin' idea what you're going to do with them. He wasn't thinking higher education. He was thinking how. Anyway. So
Yeah.
yes, we wore kilts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very staunch.
Is it freeing? Like liberating?
Well, I mean, I was like 13.
Yeah.
I wasn't that aware of whether, the boys were liberated or not.
Yeah.
I'd heard tales, but that was all.
Yeah.
How did we go there so fast?
I don't know. It just seems to happen. I guess you get two people talking about kilts. You never know what's going to happen.
Where it's going to go. Yeah. So James is in town. The first time that we met was last night, and I'm going to just tell a quick story about how this came together.
Yeah, for sure.
And James was on a tour, kind of Western Canada, Saskatchewan, and he was going to come to Calgary. And I'm not sure exactly how you found us, but we connected online, and like we got on the phone, and I was going to talk to him for about 3 minutes. We talked for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was. I said, yes, we'll do it. Let's organize it. And so he carries his message through devotional sound, devotional music through Kirtan, which is really cool. And I suspect a lot of other ways too. So last night, James was here for our meditation. We have at 6:30, and we had a full crowd, or a pretty good sized crowd last night, and we all squeezed in, and then James sang last night. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did this all start? How did you get, tell us the depths of despair story.
Oh, geez.
Jair wants to hear the depths of despair story.
Yeah. Well,
to Kirtan, to bliss.
Yeah.
Despair to bliss.
Yeah. Well,
in an hour.
So the first chant I heard was actually, I believe it was the Hare Krishna, and
Krishna.
Yeah, and it was like a classical Indian chant, the one that it came up on YouTube.
Yes.
And at that time, I might have been doing like a little bit of meditation.
I thought you were going to say I might have been doing a little bit of acid.
Not at that time, but so I heard that chant come on, and I just started feeling. I felt like I was high. Like I felt like, I was getting a feeling of feeling bliss just from hearing this vibration. So I started listening to it, started chanting it, and that was that. And I didn't think much of it. I didn't really know what it meant. I've heard of Krishna before, but I didn't know the stories of Krishna. I didn't know the meanings of Krishna. And then another time I was laying in Shavasana in a Kundalini class, and I heard the voice of Krishna Das, and it touched me in my heart. And after I just asked, like, who's singing there, and it was Krishna Das. And so I got all his music, and I just would play it in my car and sing to it. And I played guitar and music since I was young, and so I started putting these chants as I'd learn them to music as well. And at first I didn't know what the chants meant. I had no idea, but I would just chant them, and certain chants felt really good. And
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That, nobody had taught them to you. You'd pick them up, and you didn't even know what the words meant.
It was kind of like they were the more I chanted it, it's like it dusted off these chants that felt like they're already in, because even longer chants and prayers they were just easy to learn. It's just like it felt like it was already something that was in, and so
cellular memory.
Yeah, yeah, and so it was a huge gift. Like, it was at a time where I was transitioning. I played hockey for most of my life, and that was my career. I was playing in the ECHL and the AHL, and going through a lot of injuries, and I was a fighter, and so my body was breaking down, and I was going through a huge shift and like shedding this a lot, and so this was a practice that really helped me, in the depths of depression, in the depths of feeling the darkness. It was something that kept me above and kept raising me up, and it continues to. And just meditation is a big part of my practice, and chanting and these things. There's like, it's a discipline as well. It's being up on stage and then singing with people. It's incredible, but it comes from doing it consistently. And it's any real spiritual teacher will tell you it's about the practice, and it's the discipline. So the chanting is as well as a discipline, and the beauty is it works. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that practice, and I guess it came from answered prayers of being humbled in the depths of darkness, of suffering, and just saying, God, like, show me truth. Like, I want to know truth. And then from there, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of medicines, a lot of things came, and to give me experiences of that, and it
different views of the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you like we were talking about last night, it's like when Krishna reveals to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, it's beyond our comprehension, and so how can we make that tangible in this physical reality? And after having outer body experiences, from experiencing leaving this body, and like these transcendental experiences, and then coming back, and it's like, well, how to integrate that? And from a decade of spiritual practice, yoga, meditation, kirtan has been practices to help integrate that, and then to ultimately bring peace to life. Because for me, it's come down to some simple concepts where it's like, how can we live in peace, and we live in more peace and more harmony, and we can generate that out to others. And so music has been a huge tool and a huge gift in my life to bring peace.
Nice. So your commitment then to carry this message to others is obviously quite strong. And how did that come about? Did you wake up just decide, or did the universe speak to you and say, grab your guitar, let's get going?
You know what? It's funny. Like, God's always talking to us. Like, God's always talking to us, and and we look at Jesus said, like, to enter into the kingdom of heaven, you must be childlike. And there's this innocence of children where their intuition is so strong. And as a boy, I went to Catholic school, and there's parts of that I loved of Mass, like the ceremony, and that how it created a sacred space in the songs. And my mom would ask me, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And there's like, oh yeah, well, you're playing hockey, you'll be a hockey player and stuff. But I'd say, well, I want to be a priest and a rock star, a priest rock star. And because I love God, and I love music, but I think we can make this a little bit more like exciting, instead of like let's get up and sing, clap, and so as a kid I would say that, and
not doing that in the Catholic Church. It's more Pentecostal.
I'd never been to a Pentecost church, but we had this singer who was actually played some pretty good songs, but
the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. she'd be jamming out on her acoustic guitar and brought some good energy. So you know what, looking back as having that as an early influence, and but then, you know, hockey really immersed my life, and music was more just like a hobby and something that I always loved, and, you know, and so, but there was always this, you know, it was always there. So after the, you know, the transitions and going through, you know, some suffering and looking for tools to alleviate that, looking for tools of truth, music and mantra were big. Music, mantra, meditation, three M's.
Yes. Yeah.
And
music, mantra, and meditation.
Yeah, music, mantra, meditation.
That should be on our keyword.
Medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
Music, mantra, meditation.
Music
medicine.
is the medicine.
Yeah,
yeah.
It really is. And yeah, so to carry out the message, like, synchronicities just started happening, as far as like even you know, different medicines coming from plant medicine to different teachings, to being able to go to India, books, like, you know, there a whole bunch of things that connected the dots. And I guess to pinpoint one part is, I always felt in my heart that I wanted just to sing. Yes. and to sing with people, and to connect people to their truth, to the love that dwells within, and bring peace. And so fast forward, I was in a Kundalini training, and my teacher is a great teacher.
Where was that?
This was actually in Kelowna, and I was living there at the time, and I was wanting to do a Kundalini training. I love the practice.
Were you still playing hockey?
No, I was done hockey at this time, and I was looking at different places to go do a training, and then all of a sudden the one came, and it was like right by my house, like literally I could walk there. So I was like, I guess I should do this one, yeah. And the teacher, you know, she's very intuitive and was a really great teacher, and I just kept being put in positions to chant mantras with people and sing, and different messages came through. And so I started singing at the yoga studio, and during yoga classes and shavasana, and would sing mantras then, and sometimes my own songs that I write, which have mantras woven into some of them. And then the yoga studio, they asked, well, do you want to do a kirtan here? And I was like, yeah, like, that sounds amazing. And it was always this feeling like it just always felt like it was going to happen. Even I would just watch Krishna Das online and just think, like, you know, this is just what I not even need to do, is like, this is what is like happening. And so it's more of a surrender and just letting it happen, from letting, you know, the invitations come, and then bring, and then different people would come collaborate sometimes, and started getting asked to go to different studios or different venues, and so it's brought me to some pretty incredible places, and to meet some amazing people, and all through, you know, chanting the names of God. And so for that I'm very grateful. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gratitude is the kind of the grease that makes everything move easily.
Yeah.
Gratitude is the grease.
Yeah.
And I think you know, when I for me it's easy to talk about gratitude, but what's really beautiful is when I really drop into it.
Yeah.
And you know, like, often it'll happen in the night.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm just, you know, full of gratitude.
Well, when you can bring it right full in the moment, where it's like gratitude for this breath, for each breath, it brings us right in the moment, and it's like, I'm not even breathing my breath. I'm not beating my heart. There's a greater power and a greater energy that is doing that. There's a greater energy that is raising the sun and setting the sun and growing the plants, and we're part of that energy. We're one with that energy. And so gratitude is, like you said, an incredible tool to be able to come back in and remember that, and it's just like, wow, I'm
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It was like, you know, the
Part of this.
Waheguru is the undescribable bliss of God.
Yes.
You know, it's like Waheguru.
Waheguru. I've sung it many times.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So tonight, I mean, I know we could sing one song for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have a few that you're going to share with us.
Yeah.
And you have even a song sheet.
Yeah, so
Is it in big print?
fairly big print, yeah. But you know, it's good to have the words there too. But
even last night I was saying I'm worried about the light, so that people can see,
Yeah.
The words to sing. Because I think we're going to have some people who've never been to Kirtan before.
Yeah.
Which is great to introduce them to the possibility of bliss that can happen when we really let go into this song. Hopefully you can make those buggers sing.
Well, there is, there is that
Encourage them.
Well, that collective consciousness too. You know, when you have a group of people singing, and there's something about chanting where it's like when we.
I like the word devotional.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Devotional chanting.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I remember back in the day when I first did Kirtan in Bali.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know the words.
Yeah.
We're at the yoga barn in Ubud, and I really didn't understand much about it.
Yeah.
And then my friend had a class he was teaching, people coming in for yoga teacher training, and his company was called Radiantly Live, and he had Dave, forget Dave's last name, came to do Kirtan. He was amazing. I'll think of it.
Yeah.
And this one evening, I really got it. We were sitting. It was a private thing with the yoga teacher trainers or the yoga students, and we sang for hours.
Yeah.
And got totally blissed.
Yeah.
And then I was hooked.
Yeah.
And no matter where I am, if there's a chance to go to Kirtan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special experience. When we have that power of group consciousness and the power of sound. The yogis have said it, and the great minds of our time, even Einstein and Tesla, talked about sound and music being the medicine of the future. And so,
and Einstein, according to Hawkins, didn't vibrate over 500. He was still in the intellect. He didn't actually move into heart. He was at the highest of the intellect. And I don't know about Tesla, but those were two men who really did use their minds.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Hawkins before, but when over 500, we're into unconditional love. Yeah, which is right up to 500 in his scale.
Yeah.
Is at the very top of the intellect, but I think unconditional love's kind of where we want to be.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah, and I don't know why I talked about that. You brought up Einstein.
Yeah.
Some great teachers. So you've been, when you went to India, you went to some ashrams. And
Smash Rams?
Ashrams, some ashrams.
Yeah.
One ashram?
Yeah, I stayed.
A couple?
Well, I was at a couple ashrams, but the one that I stayed at was my guru's ashram in Puri.
Yes.
And so that's in the Kriya yoga lineage, Paramahansa Yogananda.
Yes.
And so that was an amazing experience. The first while there, I was traveling around different spots of India, and it was really a soul guided trip where I got off the plane and I was like, okay, where do I go now? And ended up at the Golden Temple and Amritsar for Diwali, and it was incredible.
You were there for Diwali?
Yeah.
With all the explosions and
the fireworks
and
yeah.
Wow, India for Diwali is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't planned. I didn't really know of Diwali at that time. And
what are they doing?
yeah, well, so I'd figure out soon, you know,
Yeah.
what it was, but just yeah, with you know, the grace of the Spirit really took me to some amazing places, and yeah, that was a life-changing experience. And so
Would you go back?
oh yeah, I'll go back. Yeah.
Will you come to Bali?
Oh yeah.
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 I think you'd really like Bali.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in the plans to go in the near future. Yeah.
It's like lots of spiritual seekers end up in Ubud.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember one time I went with this gal that I was dating. I took her to Bali, and she said, there's a bunch of weirdos. And I said, yes, they're my friends. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
You know, you're right. And she was one of them. She just didn't know.
Yeah.
You know,
So who should we call them the weirdos?
all the the spiritual seekers,
Yeah.
all the hippie kids, all the
Yeah.
the lost souls that had been attracted to looking for themselves.
Yeah.
And because that happens to a lot of people show up there trying to figure out what's going on here. And
Yeah.
Ubud in Bali is a very, very high energy place.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I had a friend come yesterday, sorry, dropped in before you came. And he said, I didn't like it. And sometimes people come to Ubud and the energy is so strong that they can't stay. It's like swimming in muck, but not really muck. There's a density. There's something. It's hard to actually work.
Yeah.
I found it very difficult to work there because I didn't want to do anything.
What kind of work do you mean?
Because I go there to buy
Like business work.
business work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would go to the cafe, and all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where did the time go?
Right.
And then I go out and do a little bit of work, for a couple hours, and anyway. So it's very feminine. The energy in Bali overall, but Ubud is very sweet, beautiful feminine energy. Is my experience. And
Yeah.
you'll love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot about the, that feminine energy, and what the yogis call Yogi Bhajan's teachings is about the age of Aquarius, and so, Kundalini yoga has become really popular and has been, a great set of tools for us to use for transitioning into this new age, because we are living in a new age, and as you probably know, and as you're experience at these places like Bali and all over the world now, there's this tribe forming, and it's bringing teachings from the four corners of the earth. And
I liked when you said that yesterday. What you said, four corners, and we all eat at the same table, or
yeah. So there's a part of a song that I wrote. It's the red, yellow, the black, and the white around one table to end the night. So it symbolizes the four corners of the earth coming together, and from that come the spiritual teachings, the spiritual traditions, where there's room for it all, and we can actually really benefit when we come together. And because it hasn't just been one thing, that has helped me and continues to. It's been in multiple things from multiple traditions, and it's taken me from the depths of wanting to take my own life to being grateful and thriving in life. But it's taken work, and it's taken different medicines from different traditions, and now there's been some that maybe stay and forever or for some time, but
like kirtan.
Like kirtan, yeah, that's one thing.
Like meditation.
Yeah, kirtan and meditation. I know, Ramakrishna says it's like there's a time where it's like everything just falls away and you just become one with the divine. But even meditation, where they're, for the realized masters, where it's like some will hold on to meditation to show an example for their students, even though they don't need to meditate, because they're it's just you can't it's like you can't unchange yogurt back to milk. Once milk becomes yogurt, it's yogurt. So it's like when we're doing meditation, when we're doing practice, it's like we're churning. You know, we go into a quiet place and we churn.
In one of my teachings, we talk about that a pickle can never become a cucumber.
That's right.
Once it's pickled, there's no going back.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that one of my teachers, Paul Lowe, although he led us in meditation lots, you know, my understanding was that he didn't meditate anymore. You know, that he had reached a state, attained a state that stayed, and that life was a meditation, and so I can see that, you know, that would happen.
Yeah. Well, and you hear of Neem Karoli Baba, Krishna Das, and Ram Das's guru, where, you know, he didn't have any, you know, formal practice. He was just pure love. You know, he just generated pure unconditional love, and but when I look at what's come from that, it's like Krishna Das practice is Kirtan, which is, you know, from that unconditional love, he generated and transmitted, you know, practices that have, you know, benefited generations down the line, like myself, and so
Hawkins says that when the state that you talked about, where everything falls away, he talks about that. He said it's a good idea that there's people around who know what's happening for you, because they may put you in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said you might lie in the corner for weeks.
Yeah.
And have no desire to move. And he said, nice if there's folks around who recognize that you've been on this awakening journey, so that your mother doesn't think you're dying.
Well, I think that's the importance of having, you know, elders.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was like, you know, like medicine men and shaman and way showers, guides. I feel like in the West, called the West, like North America, Canada, U.S., more in particular, even Europe, even though I haven't been, but yet. But you know, a lot of that seemed to kind of get cut off. Where so, for example, like I had to kind of, you know, search and find a tribe. You know, I found a guru, I found teachers that that resonated and that knew. So when these experiences did happen, they could help guide through. But yeah, having that tribe and having those elders, having that support team is huge. And it's important to know that, you know, we're not in it alone. And like the whole world is going through an awakening right now. The whole world is going through a transformation, as well as us individually. And so when we can link arms together, yeah, we have to go through it on our own, walk the spiritual path and do the work. But it's kind of like a two-sided coin, but we're in it together because we're all one. So to realize that it's like, it doesn't matter skin color, it doesn't matter if you practice Kriya or you practice Buddhist meditation, are you a Christian or a Muslim. You know what, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters under one great spirit and with one great spirit. And so when we can, you know, link arms together and we can accelerate, and we can see, you know, true beauty. And I feel like in my experience, what I've been seeing is like an intensity, you know, on the outside, where it's like almost seeing it's like, you know, this causes separation, even like you know, racism and all these things, where it's like we're still talking about some of this, where I think, you know, a lot of that is coming up to get flushed out of the surface. Where, because they're you know, in the, call it the new world, the new age that is here. It's not that it's you know,
not that it's coming, it's here.
It's here.
Yeah,
it's here.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I certainly feel it.
What Eckhart Tolle talked about, the new Earth. You know, that was like 2012. Do you remember 2012 where they said the world was going to end? And I remember hearing that and was like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen? Like, are we just like going to, that got me really asking and really like getting serious, because I was scared actually. And I was living in Phoenix at the time, and my roommate and we were sitting on, we would sit on the couch and just talk for like hours, be like, what is going on? And started being like, man, the Mayan prophecies, finding other prophecies. And then that really like got me to like get serious, be like, well, if the world ends, what's going to happen? I couldn't let it go. And then, but the world did end in 2012, the world as we knew it. And, you know, since then there has been an acceleration. Now we're seeing more people on the planet than ever are meditating. We're seeing more vegetarians and on the planet more than ever. We're seeing, you know, a combination of different practices come together and people unite. And so it's inspiring to see, you know, as much as there's challenges, but it's very inspiring to see this new consciousness emerge. And it takes work, just like what you're doing in your mission. And I really resonate with it too, where it's like, you know, there's way shorts by people finding out what their medicine is, by, you know, taking their pain, their suffering, and transforming it like alchemy, and not being afraid, but using vulnerability as a strength to say, this is what I went through, and this is what worked for me, and this is what I found on the journey, and sharing the process. And now with, you know, social media, you know, we're probably talking to a lot of people on here. We're able to reach more. So instead of just putting anything out there, or just whether it's just about selling or whatever, it's just like, it's time to be real. It's time to be real and share, you know, what's really going on, what can we do? Because there are some issues that we need to look at too, like Mother Earth. We need to stand up and like protect Mother Earth, and that starts with like, how are we living in our own life, you know? And it's like, yeah, we can go to the stars, that'll be cool, but we need to take care of our planet too, because our Mother is one with us too. And so it's all this process, right?
So last night we talked.
Yeah.
It was funny. Last night James came and he sang at the end of our meditation, and then I said, so you got a place to stay? Do you want to sleep on my couch? And he said, well, actually I have a friend, and I'm staying at my friend's house, and I need to leave. I'm sorry, but I need to leave really soon, because he goes to bed early. and so an hour and a half later, I was pushing him out the door, saying, okay. But in that, we got to talk about my mission, you know, and this whole thing with creating meditation spaces in every home, in every office. Yeah. I can't not do that. Yeah. It's like you not singing. Yeah. You know, it's gone past the, maybe I'll do something else. Yeah. Oh, I think this is going to work. I think I'll do something else. You know, and it's become, you know, my life purpose. But it's so cool because it really does fit into what's happening on the planet. Yeah. Right now, and so I don't know how this is all going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm really, no, I'm not. I was going to say I'm always comfortable with that. I'm not always comfortable with that. Sometimes I'm like, holy fuck! Come on, you said, you asked me to do this. Actually, you told me to do this, and I'm doing it. Yeah. So, so I have to have faith. Yeah. In each moment that it's all unfolding exactly as it needs to. Oh yeah. And not on my schedule. Yeah. And be grateful that it's unfolding. And I look at these and I think, wow, they're so beautiful. Yeah. You know, and people come in and they buy them and they're just stoked. Yeah. About them. You know, that they're gonna, and I don't think that I could be more intimately involved in somebody's life than to create something with love, right, that they're going to actually awaken on. Yeah. In a way, you know, I mean, the possibility for an awakening through meditation. Yeah. Although I like what you said yesterday. You said devotional singing is the lazy man's way to awakening. You know, and I think meditation kind of is it's like it's like, you know, building a house a brick at a time.
Yeah.
You know, it takes practice and to sit on, you know, have a dedicated meditation time, you know, in a space and a place where you actually honor yourself and self-care.
Yeah.
And sit. It's a brick at a time. You know, and gratitude helps us awaken. Seems quicker.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? You know, when we're in intense gratitude, it really brings us into the moment. I think the only place, in my opinion, that we can meet God, if that's what we want to, you know, however we interpret that power, that immenseness, that the only place we can meet him, her, is in the moment, now. You know, and like Eckhart Tolle said it so well.
Yeah.
You know, everything that is, or will be, or ever was, is now.
Yeah.
So we have limited ability to talk about it because we just have these words.
Yeah.
And we can sing it.
Yeah.
We can speak it. You know, but anyway, I was sharing last night that gratitude, prayer.
Yeah.
Also devotional singing. I'm going to add that to my list of ways to attain.
Yeah.
To find that moment, to recognize that we're not our conditioning. We're not who we think we are. You know, even though we are in a way all of those things, somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's brother, you know, somebody's sister. Those are all outside of the moment.
Yeah.
You know, and anyway, I think helping people create meditation spaces is probably the best. You know, I'm so grateful to have been given the opportunity to give this gift.
Yeah.
You know, I like it anyway.
Well, that's when you know you're doing your work.
Yeah, and it scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. That's also another way you can, you know.
It's like, are you kidding? This is really big.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, James was here when we first started doing interviews, and first started doing the meditations, and it's changed so much.
Yeah.
You know, because I was, in the beginning, I didn't want to really share and talk about, you know, awakening. I didn't really want to, and now when we sit to meditate, you know, like last night, I went quite deep into helping people to see that who they think they are, who they've been told they are, the information that they've been given to make decisions and make judgments and call things right or wrong or good or bad, are not true. You know, and they're not necessarily coming from a place of unconditional love or above. They're coming often from fear and uncertainty and doubt and shame and guilt and those things. And so when we're living based on that information, then we get depressed or suicidal, or, you know, we get lost.
It's like trying to put on a shoe that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like call that an old paradigm, or patterns that don't serve, or you know, putting on a shoe that doesn't fit.
And then walking in it.
Yeah. There's this it hurts, you know, it hurts to walk in those shoes. It's like you have blisters and your feet start to bleed.
Yeah, there's a stone in there too.
But there's this saying, you know, so when a chicken's in the egg, the mother hen is around, and when she starts hearing the chick tap on the shell, like keep tapping, eventually she'll help break open the eggshell as well too, for the chick to come out. So
does she? I didn't know that.
I didn't know either. But they're relating to practice like that too. So when you're chanting the names of the divine, when you're meditating, when you're doing your practice, it's like talking about, well, the grace, you know, how does grace work? Well, grace comes from the discipline, from the practice. So, you know, how do we create those disciplines to serve us to break our shells and
that's your buddy.
Is that my buddy there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So when we're doing practice, we're knocking on the shell, and grace will come. You know, grace is like when you have those moments of bliss, you're like, wow, or everything just lines up, and it's just like, you know, and sometimes that's going on frequently, but the more we do the work, you know, the more we do the discipline, the more we're tapping on that shell, and then you get that assistance, where it's like, where it feels effortlessly, you know, where you're like just living in the flow, where it's almost like you can't not do it. Just like building these meditation spaces, you can't not do it.
Yeah. Or like you can't not sing. Would you sing us, you know, just play something, a bit of an example of what you might play tonight?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of James's buddies just dropped by, and what's your name?
Troy.
Troy. Hey, Troy.
How's it going?
Awesome. So we're doing a Facebook Live, and how many people are watching? Lots. And yeah. So he's gonna sing a song. Have you ever heard him sing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Troy go way back.
Do you?
Yeah.
You party buddies?
Oh, we're good buddies. Yeah, we've had our share of celebrating. And, yeah.
Nice. Try it like this, Troy, with the chair. It's your new meditation stool.
So I'm gonna sing a song. This one's not just gonna be this one's gonna be the written one, the one that talks about the red, yellow, the black, and the white.
Yes.
But there's the chorus is Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. So Om Shanti is peace. Mm-hmm. Om is the sound of the divine. Jai Jagadambe means victory to the Divine Mother. Pachamama is Mother Earth. Ishvara Pranidhana is surrender to God. Love to live to love, focus on the point above, yeah. Grounding the roots of the earth below it. Express yourself, see how far to go. Speak to the angels of love and light. Feel Pachamama and all of the lights, yeah. Breathe in full, breathe in deep. Inhale, hold, exhale, release. There's a time to hold on and a time to set free. There's a time to move forward and a time to retreat, yeah. Changes are coming and they always will. In this life, that's just part of the thrill. So when the wind blows and you try to hold on, it's okay to let go, it's just part of the song. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. 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 Stand tall with your feet on the ground. The circle of life is going round and round. Warrior of light, ritter of truth. Love who you are and what you came to do. The eagles are flying, hear the roar of the lion. The angels are calling. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. The beast in the hall that have been cast in the pit. The lake's on fire and it'll never quit. So get up, stand up, people of earth, and celebrate this new birth. The age of Aquarius is here and is now. Connect to the earth, she'll help show us how, yeah. Ancient wisdom, unlock truth, the illuminated freedom bestowed on you. So rejoice to the heavens, give thanks on earth. Love thy neighbor, respect who gives birth. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. 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 Build bridges and unite the people. This is Revelations, the sequel, the red, yellow, the black and the white, around one table to end the night. The sun will rise and the trees will grow. Purification, the waters will flow. The promised land of milk and honey, it's far richer than the whole world's money. Yeah, brothers and sisters walking hand in hand. Wisdom of elders, universal plan. The places we'll travel, the worlds we'll see when all creation lives in harmony. I said, what a sight to see, what a story to tell about how we rose from where we fell. So rise up, my family, rise up from your hell. Let love purify, we got a story to tell. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana. Om Shanti Jai Jagadambe Pachamama Ishvara Pranidhana.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, I think, wow, we're going to wrap up. I just want to invite everybody to come by tonight and hang with us. And there was just a whisper earlier of the possibility, depending on how tonight goes, we might get another night. If we can talk James into staying until Thursday, we maybe do 2 this week. We'll see, and just for fun. And so we love you guys, and I do. I'm pretty sure James does.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for listening, and love it if you share this, and check us out on YouTube, and visit our website, and follow us on all the social media stuff. And love you, and see you soon. Cheers. Bye.